Alright, today we are going to talk about what are the proven elements for a great video. So we know that the video content is getting much more important as time goes on. We could literally see how every single social media platform is emphasizing and is kind of promoting this idea of creating much more video content. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, every single platform is trying to compete with this video content. That is why ad content also pretty much boils down to having great videos. Because you see, with videos, you could articulate much better the value of your product. At the end of the day, you have to understand that people, when they buy, they always make this decision in their mind. They question if your product actually has the value of your price that you are putting on your website. So that's why if, let's say, you put out there like a product that sells for $100, if the client thinks that your product, and this happens subconsciously, if the client thinks that $100 is much more expensive, they will not buy. If they think that $100 is a bargain in their mind, they will buy, because people most likely they are price sensitive. Most of people they buy, because of a good deal, because of a good price. That is why with videos you could articulate in such a way that message of your brand, the power of your product, the value of your product, that actually makes your ideal client think that $100 is worthwhile. That $100 looks like a bargain. You're not saying that directly, because I'm gonna show you just in real quickly what are those proven elements, but you are telling them subconsciously that actually it is worthwhile. So then they could feel comfortable and they will feel like proud of buying your product. Because you see, people don't want to be sold, but they really love buying. I wanted to think about it, every single product that you've bought, like recently. When you made that purchase, maybe you were thinking about that product, but the moment when you made that purchase, didn't you feel like much greater? Didn't you want to go and talk to your friends and kind of praise about these products that you bought? That's what happens. This is like the human nature. So we don't like to be sold, but we like to buy. Let's make sure that our ad is created in a way that makes people think and feel glad that they made that purchase. So let's talk about what are the proven elements of a great video. So as you can see, we have here 5 important elements. Now, the first element that we want to tackle is the ad hook. What is the ad hook? The ad hook is designed for capturing people's attention. As people are getting short and short attention span because of TikTok, because of Instagram Reels, it's important to have compelling ad hooks that capture people's attention and make them, stay and watch. A hook pretty much is attention. It's like, hey! So the moment when you yell out to someone, he or she is going to pay attention to you because you grabbed their attention. It is important to first of all get their attention, because first of all you get their attention, then you get their time, and then from their time you lead to the purchase. There's no way around it. You cannot skip the attention part, the time part. You have first of all to get their attention, then you kind of let them spend time on your website looking at your ads, and then with the time you lead to the purchase. So the hook is extremely crucial, because this is kind of a first essential part of making a person buy. Just a few examples to name. So this set underline my personality. Now, what does this hook does? Pretty much it helps the viewer to kind of feel that, that emotional appeal. We are trying to talk from the emotional side about it, like a specific, let's say a specific client, they were using this product and this product underlined their personality. Because you have to understand that people don't buy because of the functionality of your products. At the end of the day, they buy because of emotions. You have to always keep that in mind. That's why with the hook, in order to make that compelling, it's important to talk to the emotional side. It's important to know your client and understand what are their biggest desires when it comes to your products. And then you simply use those desires. So for this specific product, I found that they want to express their personality. They want to get lots of compliments when they're wearing as some kind of jewelry, some kind of clothing. They want to elevate their status and their confidence. Well, let me just put that as a hook. That is pretty much as simple as it sounds. The second proven element is the market problem. So what is the market problem? This is the pain point that your client is facing or has been facing for quite some time. And the bigger the problem is, the easier it is to sell. Because let's say, for example, a person has had a headache for, a couple of weeks, and she cannot solve this problem. Because the problem is so big, because they cannot sleep nights, because they feel this big pain, they are much more likely to buy a product that an advertiser, a business owner, a marketer is putting out there, solving that problem. Do you see how this plays a huge role? You could also take a look at this spreadsheet. I put together here 4 examples. This is for a jewelry brand, so you could see I was always getting tired of wearing the same pieces until I found X, until I found this specific product. I was looking for a product design I can't find anywhere else, and I came across X. X is pretty much your product. All pieces of jewelry have very limited ways to style, until I found this. Looking for a statement piece as daring and elevated as you want, it speaks directly to their needs, as you can see. By the way, you could also take this spreadsheet as a gift to me by clicking here on File and then make a copy. I'll make sure I will put the link under this video so you could also take this spreadsheet for you and utilize for your ads. The next scene that we want to use, the next proven element that we want to use for our video is the solution product. This is a scene where we introduce already the product with its solution. Pretty much the product is the solution for that problem. And by the way, doesn't necessarily mean that, just because I've talked about hook and market problem for quite a few minutes, doesn't necessarily mean that, you have to drag it too long with your videos and just, for these 2 parts, spending 30 seconds. With the hook, you have only 2 to 3 seconds to grab people's attention. With market problem, again, 3-5 seconds, and then you introduce the product. So you don't need to drag it too long. You could showcase your product pretty quickly in the first 10 seconds. Here, this is a very self-explanatory part. You just simply introduce the product that solves that market problem that we've just mentioned before. So introducing the product, this is just a few examples. This is the most versatile X. I want to present to you the multifunctional X rings. Style it in a way the X as often as you want. Essentially, we want to solve that problem that people are facing with at this section. The fourth element, which this is something that no advertiser or no e-commerce owner or no marketer is talking about. This is the emotional appeal. This part, I could tell you that it's going to do most of the time of the heavy lifting. I would say the solution product is kind of a first when it comes to what is driving the conversions, the product or the offer, and then the second part is the emotional appeal. What makes people go and purchase is the emotional appeal. It is not about the functionality, period. So it's something that not very many people are talking about, but I could tell you from my experience, this is what I've noticed that makes people to go ahead and implement and buy your products. So just a few examples here again. Elevates my status. I get a lot of compliments. Feel much more confident. You see how we are not talking about it, oh, this ring has these sizes, it has these different colors, it is made from this material. This, literally, people will see on the website. I'm not saying that, the features you don't need to say. You have to have the features on the website, but when it comes to the video ads, this is a part where you do not have time talking about the features. So people, yes, they want to know what kind of material, they want to know all this stuff. However, they make a decision, they go and purchase the product because they have some emotional needs in their mind. And the last part is the call to action. So for the call to action, I want to kind of make sure that you do not use that salesy call to actions such as shop now. Now, however, if you're like selling extremely low ticket products where people could buy just real quickly your products, you know, an average order value of $20, $30, yeah, you could use the shop now. For products that are much more expensive with an AOV over $100, I would not recommend using salesy call to actions. That's why a better call to action to use is, let's say, find your favorite X. X is your product. Treat yourself to X, which is again your product. One call to action that I've also noticed that helps us also with the average order value just by utilizing different words is saying at the end, this X product fits very well with the I product, and also kind of showcasing that visually. So the power of using the right words can make a really big change in even your average order value, which, you know, the average order value is a very important metric that I've noticed many business owners and advertisers are underrating. So just from this kind of spreadsheet, you could see how important are the words you're using and the visuals that you could use for your videos. Now, I want to also give you some bonus elements of a persuasive video. So on top of these 5 elements, you could also utilize 1 or 2 of these elements in the same video. Do not try to incorporate all of them free, like all of these 3 elements in the same video, because in that case it will not look that like professional, and I've noticed that it just doesn't convert very well. So what about other 3 elements? One is customer reviews. So you just add some kind of reviews from your clients that are happy with your product. You could utilize these customer reviews either at the beginning of your video as a hook, or you could utilize at the end of a video before the, like, I would say before or after the call to action. So the second element is giving back to the society. I've noticed that by giving back to the society, by having a mission for your business, that can increase your conversion rate by 15 to 20%. So you could have a frame in your video where you are talking about how you are giving back to the planet, to the society, but also increases the conversion rate. And the third element is press/celebrity endorsements. These are what I call third-party validation. So you could have a scene where you are saying a scene on or in, and then you kind of put together like those logos. What I've noticed also that if you're just using logos without a code, that converts but not that well. If you're using the code, let's say from Vogue, with a code from them, in that case the conversion rate will be much higher, because just using a logo, people are kind of used to that. They've seen lots and lots of brands, they've been featured in Vogue and things like that. But if the brand has a code, like an endorsement from that, you know, magazine, they are more likely to trust that brand. So with much more trust, they will be more likely to go ahead and buy from your brand. And also you could utilize some kind of pictures with celebrities using your product. That also helps with increasing your conversion rate. So those were the 5 proven elements plus these 3 bonus ones. As I said, you could, you know, make a copy of this spreadsheet, so then you can come back, like revisit them and create better and more persuasive ads that will help you to increase your sales and increase your return on spend. Until then, keep growing your business.